Hello, everybody. Welcome to Facebook Live on Saturday. I'm going to start out by introducing myself. My name is Anne Marie Heil. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. And I normally go live Fridays at 4 p.m. Central. And I just had a scheduling conflict. I had an appointment yesterday. So I moved it to today so I didn't have to skip this week. Oh, Carol, I appreciate that. She said I appreciated the notification. Perfect. So if this is the first time you're watching, this is the first time I've gone and done a Facebook Live in an event. I tried it a little bit different this week because I know sometimes it will give you notifications to, it'll let you know I'm going live and all that good stuff. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I see some folks are joining, so that's a good thing. And if you would like to share this video to get more of your crafty friends watching, I would definitely appreciate that today. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about Facebook Live. So we're going to make a project today with the Perennial Lavender Suite, which is in the Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. I kind of have an idea what we're going to do today. I took it from a card that I made, and I'm going to kind of tweak it. We're going to kind of do like a fun fold easel card today, I think. So we're kind of stamping on the fly, but not really. But we're going to make something really pretty. I know that. So again, my name is Anne Marie Heil. I am so happy you are taking some time to watch today. I would love it if you'd share the video. And whether you're watching this video on Facebook or you're watching the replay over on YouTube, I would love it if you'd leave a comment and say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I love to interact with you. You can find me on my over on my website at stampinann.com, and there are tons of links in the description to the video. So I would love it if you would like and follow me on all the different social media platforms. And also, if you're not already, I'd love it if you'd sign up for my newsletter, or my email list rather. Email list, newsletter, same. I'm going to pop a link here in the comments on the Facebook Live. If you're not already signed up, I would welcome you to do that. What I do there is every week, I just send out a little what's going on with me, any upcoming classes or events that I have going on. And then also, if you want the measurements and a supply list for the card that I make on Facebook Live, you'll get that as an email subscriber. That is a gift I give to my email subscribers. So it'll be all the measurements. It'll be a picture of the project that we create. So I hope it's pretty. All the measurements and then a supply list. And so I would love for you to sign up for my newsletter, or email list rather. And yeah, I'll tell you about some upcoming classes, my club, all kinds of good stuff. Any specials or promotions that are going on, I let you know all that too. And it's free to join. So would welcome you to do that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give away some prizes from last Facebook Live. I just have a couple quick things to tell you guys today. And then, we're going to get to stamping because that's why you're here, right? So let me turn this light on. And again, we're going to create with the Perennial Lavender Suite. Hello, Marcia. Nice to see you there. Okay, let's get started. Last time I went Facebook Live, we used this beautiful celebration bundle, which is softly sophisticated. I think that's right. And I'm having a problem remembering names lately, so we'll see if I'm right. Hi, Polly. Nice to see you. So we made this really pretty card here. This beautiful hello there card. And that's what we made on the live video. So if you missed the last Facebook Live and you missed the project sheet for this, when I do send out my newsletter, so my newsletter will go out tomorrow. It's usually the day after my Facebook Live. So if you missed the project sheet for this, you'll get this week's, the project we're making today, and you'll also get next week. So keep in mind, it's Saturday, February 24th. So if you're watching this video at a later date, you might not get that project sheet, but you will get one. So if you missed this one, you'll get next week's too, or this week and the last Facebook Live. Yeah, there you go. I'll stop. I think I've said enough. So what I do is for everybody who shared the video, whether you watched on Facebook or YouTube, I put everybody into a drawing and the winner wins this card. So I put everybody into a drawing. The winner, and I saw she's watching, is Miss Elizabeth Hightower. Congratulations, my friend. You have won a card. So Elizabeth, I will get this in the mail to you. I have your address. So congratulations, Elizabeth. I made a second version of this card in Calypso Coral, and y'all, I don't know where it is. I looked high and low before this video started. I have no idea where it is. I think I may have mailed it out to somebody, to be honest. But never fear, because I do have another card in Calypso Coral with the same stamp set. So it may not be the same as the one I made, but it's still beautiful, I think, and it still uses a lot of the same pieces. So I pulled this one for one person who left a comment and said hello. I put everybody into a drawing, and I even did the inside. So this one's done. Like I said, I have no idea where the second card went. So for everybody who commented, I put you in a drawing, and that winner is Sharon Kaufman. Yay! I wish I had like a sound effect. So congratulations, Sharon Kaufman. I have your address as well. Some weeks that works out where I have everybody's address, and this week it just did. So congratulations, you two. I will pop these cards in the mail to you. Probably Monday, if not Tuesday. I'm not sure when I'm going to the post office. I know I'm going next week a couple times, but I think it might be Tuesday. So congratulations, and we'll do the same thing today. I will have a card for one person who shares the video, and I will have an additional card. It might not be the same as you just saw, but I'll have an additional card for someone who comments. So whether you're watching the replay, watching live, just say hello. You have to until the next time I go Facebook Live. That's the time frame to be entered. Okay? All right. A couple of things to tell you guys. Registration's open for my monthly club for March. I'm not going to talk too much about that today because all the projects are getting finalized for that. So I'm not going to do sneak peeks today. However, I will tell you, if you're a fan of the Lavender, we are using perennial postage in club. So I will tell you, the projects are stunning. If you're not a club member, you might want to check that out. There is a link in the description of this video that you're watching, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, and it'll take you over to my blog, and it'll tell you all about Cultivated Creativity, which is my monthly club. So check that out. We're not going to talk about that today, though. Stay tuned for sneak peeks. Thank you for sharing, Karen. And I do have registration open for another class right now. It is the Card-a-Palooza, the Sweet Thoughts Card-a-Palooza. Registration is open for that until March 3rd. And what are we using in that class? We are going to be using the Memories and More, the Sweet Thoughts Memories and More cards. There are these beautiful decorated cards, and then there's beautiful cards and envelopes that coordinate. And this Card-a-Palooza, it is a 10-card class, and the cards are absolutely stunning. And guess what? There's no stamping involved. We're going to show you how to create awesome cards, no stamping, and you are just going to love to send these out. So I have registration open for this. What it includes is a half pack of cards, a half pack of the decorative note cards and stickers. This is a card pack is what it's technically called. So you get a half pack of this, a half pack of this. You get a half roll of the, I think it's a half roll, yeah, black and white gingham ribbon. And then also a full pack of the iridescent foil gems, and all of the any cardstock or die cuts to make the projects that we're showing. Those will also be included in the kit. The kit is $49.50 shipped, so that is all in. And there's an option to buy an extra cut kit. So if you wanted to make 10 more cards, you can get more cardstock and another half pack of the cards and envelopes. These cards are amazing. Stay tuned for my YouTube channel and here on the Stampin' Ann page. I'm going to do a sneak peek video this week so you can see them, but you guys are going to love this class. And there's no stamping, and the cards are amazing. So stay tuned for that. Okay, let's get stamping today. Okay, so I kind of have an idea what we want to do today. So I just pulled like a whole bunch of pieces. I got my, when it comes to like designing and stuff like that, sometimes I just get ideas and I just start cutting things and we'll see how they come together. I don't know if we're going to stamp or use die cuts. I don't know what we're doing. So I just kind of put like a little potpourri of product here. And what I want to make is a pop-up like easel card. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to put this together, and at the end, I'm going to show you the inspiration for this card so you can kind of see how it came together. So, we're going to do, as we're using the Lavender suite, we are using, oh my gosh, you guys, I am the worst with remembering names of things. We're going to use the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper, and which is a stunning, stunning pack of paper. I absolutely love this. I'm so smitten with this lavender bundle and the perennial postage. I just think I haven't been able to put it down. So it's been one of my favorites. So we are actually going to use, I kind of like this piece here that has these little, I don't know what this reminds me of. Is it Queen Anne's lace? Is that the flower that it is? I don't even know if that's what it is, but that's what it reminds me of. These white flowers. I just think it's super pretty. So what I did is I started out with a regular card base. And again, if you need measurements, chances are I'm going to skip over a measurement or two on this video. It always happens. And it's not intentional. Okay. But if you want measurements in a supply list for today's card, make sure you're signed up for my email list. You'll get that tomorrow. Sometime, probably tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to start out with a regular card base that is 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to fold it in half at 4 1/4. And then I did another score line at 2 1/8. That's going to be our little easel card. I don't know. I hope this works. In my head, it worked. And then I have a piece of basic white that is 5 by 3 3/4. And then I cut my designer series paper 1/8 inch down, so we have that real thin white border. And there's just something about this pattern. I love that white floral pattern that's in there. So here's my question, you guys. I'm going to need your help. I'm going to put this here to hold it down. I have all these other little bits and bubbles off to the side. We're going to toss all that off to the side. So my question is, do you guys want to do stamping, or do you want to do the butterfly? The stamping won't be too hard, but I pulled the butterfly, and then after I did it, I said to myself, you know what, self? You really should use this painted lavender stamp set because it stamps really pretty. And I can show you just a fun little shading thing with it too. So stamps or butterfly? Go ahead and leave me a comment while we're live and let me know what you want to do. Obviously, the butterfly is going to be a little bit faster, but not too much. The stamping's not going to be too crazy. And then I cut some other little, the painted lavender dies that coordinate with this stamp set not only cuts out the beautiful stamped images, but there's also like a bunch of freestanding dies in there too that have shapes, and we can coordinate those with the stamps. I always love when you get dies that coordinate with the images and you have some extras, because then you can really make some cool stuff. I'm seeing stamps. All right, you know what, butterfly? Adios, my friend. I think everyone wants some stamping, so let's stamp. I'm going to put him somewhere where he doesn't get lost because he's still very usable. All right, let's do... I put the stamps on blocks already. Again, I haven't made this card, so we're kind of stamping on the fly today. I did a little die cutting in advance, but we're going to have to cut out our image. So I am going to use Lost Lagoon for our stems. We're going to do a little lavender bunch. I might have to trim this down a little bit. I think it might be a little tall. Okay, so we have Lost Lagoon for our stems, and then we're going to do our lavender bunch, and I'm going to stamp it in... Hello, Lori, nice to catch you there. Okay, we're going to stamp in Highland Heather. I'm just going to kind of just ink it up. I'm not pushing too heavy, but I'm just getting a nice ink coverage on there. There we go. I wasn't getting ink on the center. Okay, so we're inked up in Highland Heather. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my gorgeous grape and a sponge dauber, and I'm going to go a little darker on the tips of the lavender. We'll see. Highland Heather and gorgeous grape are sometimes kind of close, so let's see what it looks like. So we're a little darker on the tips. It gave some shading variation, a little bit. It looks a little bit deeper on the tips and a little bit lighter. Except I'm going to try one more thing. I just want to try something. I'm going to clean that off because there's some dark ink on there. What's the worst thing that can happen, right? We just stamp 2 and we don't use 1. I'm going to ink up in Fresh Freesia all over. Now I'm going to take my Highland Heather. I'm going to go in a little bit throughout and then do my Gorgeous Grape on the tips. I just want to see if it's a little more pronounced doing it this way, using 3 ink colors instead of 2. Let's see what we get. I think I want a little more Highland Heather right there. That's kind of pretty. And I don't think there's too much. There's a little hint of that Fresh Freesia in there, but not too much. I don't know. I think I like that one a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. But it's kind of cool to get some different shading with your sponge dauber and just kind of play around with your inks and see kind of how everything stamps. And then when the ink dries, it tends to have a little bit different shading too. What do you guys think? Do you like the one with you like the second one better? Okay, cool. Mary Ellen likes that one better. I do too. I just sometimes I think I like it better, but it might not be the better one. So cool. I'm glad you like that one better. So there's that. We'll use that one. I just kind of like how it gave us like 3 degrees of purples. I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun and cool. So we'll try that. Not that I don't mind this one, but actually it didn't stamp real clear in the middle. This one stamped a lot better. We're going to use that one. We're going with it. Okay, where are our dies? I do have everything else die cut already except for these couple things. So we're going to use the Painted Lavender dies. I will tell you guys that these dies they're not available right now, but don't freak out. It's not the end of the world. We will get through this, I promise. They're due back like on the 3rd of March. So it is okay. We will persevere. They are coming back. So let's cut this image out and we're going to save all of our little foliage over here because I feel like we're going to pepper that in too. Lori likes the second one too. Good. Okay. Where's my Post-it tape? Let's get the Post-it tape and hold this in place and we'll cut these. I may have to trim this down. We'll see. It's going to be long enough. This is like semi-stamping on the fly. I normally use my gray plate on top with my mini cut and emboss. I broke it in half the other day, you guys, which is a sure sign that it was time to replace it. So my gray plate broke. I have another one. I just forgot to pull it. And yeah, so that was fun. I actually really kind of like how that came out. And some of the patterns in this paper, some of the pink comes through a little bit more in some patterns. Some are more purple, some have more Lost Lagoon. It's a really pretty pack of paper. So yeah, I'm really, really liking it. And, oh, my plate is so dirty. The tape doesn't want to stick to it. I have to replace all my plates. That's part of my weekend cleanup. I'm doing some organizing and cleaning in here this weekend, and changing my plates is first on the agenda for both die cutting machines. Actually, all 3 die cutting machines. Because I'm all for using them as long as you can use them, but sometimes you just got to say enough is enough. It's time to replace the plate, especially when they start cracking in half. So, all right. So my plan for this card was I wanted to run a little border of Highland Heather here. This is about 5.5 by about 3/4, just to kind of give everything a place to sit. And this is where, oh, we might be a little tall for this easel card design. This might have worked better if we went this way, but that's not going to work for my easel card. So I'm going to have to figure out how to adapt and overcome this. Okay. We may have to put it like this and maybe put a bow here to kind of cover up that seam a little bit. So it may not fit exactly as intended, but I still, hold on, let's try something. I know if I messed it up, we'll do it again. I think we're going to go this route, and we're going to use the foliage to kind of fill in a little bit. So I just had to give that a little snippy snip to get it to fit. So it wasn't that tall, but I think it still works. I think we're gonna MacGyver this card. Do you guys remember that show? We're gonna MacGyver this card, and we're gonna make it work. Okay? Do you have faith in me? Do you trust me? Okay. I promise you, we will make this work. Okay, so that's the plan. I already cut it. There's no going back now. So I have this little piece of Highland Heather, and I really wanted to add a little bit of texture to this. You'll see later on the original card, I didn't add texture, and I just felt like it was a little flat. So I pulled the Elegant Eucalyptus embossing folder. I feel like this one, this pattern coordinates nicely with the lavender. It almost, I mean, could be lavender, right? I don't know. Lori says, my mom had a big crush on MacGyver. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I remember that show. He could do anything with household goods or just random things. It was like he could do anything with like a rubber band, a paper clip, and, you know, like a can of soda or something crazy. Okay. I also brought in a pop of this glimmer paper. This is so funny because the name of this glimmer paper is so obvious. It is the 3-color glimmer specialty paper. It's super original. It comes in petal pink, Highland Heather, and Pretty Peacock. And this is an online exclusive. But I just laugh because the name of it is hysterical. The 3-color glimmer paper. Like, it couldn't be more obvious, right? So we're going to do... Carol says her husband is always MacGyvering things. Yes, I think husbands like to MacGyver things. They, oh, what's going on with my glue? Is it... I was just gluing a whole bunch of stuff together, and I may have left it open too long. Hold on. I just need to stick a pin in there and clean it out. Yep. Just a little, there's a little goober on the top there, but we got it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put this little pop of glimmer on the back because everything is always better with sparkle. And I hope it is in this case anyway. And I'm just going to kind of do a little 1/8 inch pop of sparkle on the bottom. This is about 1/4 inch by 5.5. And it's just to give us the tiniest border of sparkle. And if it's not holding really well, you can always go in with a piece of Scotch tape. It's almost long enough to hold it in place. The things that are on the back sides of our layers of cards, right? If people knew how we hold some things in place sometimes, but it doesn't matter. The card is still pretty, right? So it doesn't matter what it looks like on the back. I just like that little pop of sparkle. I just think it, I don't know, it just adds a little bit. Okay. I am confident that we're going to make an easel card, so I'm going to start sticking stuff down, okay? So this little piece right here is going to stand up, so it's going to be a really pretty display. So I'm confident we can make this work. So we're going to start sticking things down, so there's no going back now. Like I said, this is creating on the fly, and, you know, we're just going to get what we get here. But I think we can make it work. How is everyone's Saturday going out there? Is everybody having a nice, relaxing day today? For those of you who follow regularly, you know we foster dogs, and our foster puppy went to her new home this week. She went to her new home on Thursday. Everyone's sad, including me. But I'm in San Antonio and she moved to Austin. So she is still pretty close. She has a lovely family, and they are so in love with her. So we're very excited, but one of my dogs is not taking it really well. She was really, really depressed, on Friday, and she wasn't eating. She's okay today, but I can tell she misses the puppy. Okay, so I put that layer together, and now what I'm going to do is I am just going to put adhesive on the bottom half of this layer, because when we do our easel, we want that to pop up, okay? So I'm just going to kind of make myself a little mark here, roughly here. And I'm going to do liquid glue. And I like liquid glue because it gives me the ability to wiggle it into place. And I'm going to go almost to the fold. I can always sneak more in if I need to. Okay, so we're going to pop this layer on right here. But I'm sure I'll touch base with them tomorrow. I've gotten some updates, and she's doing really well. But I'm sure I'll hear from them tomorrow and see how the first full weekend went. But we miss her terribly. We love fostering, but it is very, very bittersweet. Especially this little puppy we fell in love with. Okay, I just needed a little more glue, so I'm just going to sneak it on the back just to kind of make that layer stand up. Okay, all right, so we're going to pop this up. So we're going to we want this to has a place to rest. I'm going to put it right about here-ish. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do liquid glue again. I like using liquid glue when you're doing a lot of layers like this as opposed to like a stamp and seal. I just think it gives you a little bit better hold, and you can kind of manipulate it where you want it. So go right about here. Well, except I stuck this down, so if I want to add a little foliage, I'm going to have to be really strategic with my foliage additions, but we can do it. And I have a little extra hanging off. Okay, perfect. All right. Hi, Melanie. How are you doing today? Okay, so we have this little layer, and now we're going to, okay, as I mentioned, we cut this, so we're just going to have to MacGyver it together. Where are my glue dots? We're going to make it work. In the words of Tim Gunn on Project Runway, we're going to make it work. Lori says, sold you on the glue. Wiggle room is nice, guys, especially for thin layers. I just had this, like, I totally forgot what I was making, and I'm like, why isn't that stuck down? Oh, yeah. Someone just help me out. Remind me we're making an easel card every couple minutes, because apparently I forgot. I was like, why didn't I stick that down? Okay. You're going to do... I'm telling you guys, I can walk into a room and like totally forget what I went in there for. And all right, we're going to do some more cutting. I know some of you guys are probably cringing. but I want these separated, so I'm just going to make them their own leaf, okay? I have to pull this closer to my face, so sorry, you might not see me on the video for a second, but I can't see to cut it. I want to close my little gap up a little bit where I cut it, so that's why I'm cutting this in half. Okay. I think we'll do the same thing on this side. Actually, let's do it the same thing. Just going to kind of manipulate this a little bit to fill in. I really just want like 3 sprigs showing. And actually, I don't want this one as long, so we're going to cut it. Okay, all this jazz down here. Bye-bye. It's all gone. That's what I love about foliage dyes, y'all. You can do whatever you want with them. That's what I think is super fun. You can just kind of manipulate them and make them fit the way you want to. In theory, I should probably be sticking these down. So let's do that. Now that I kind of have an idea that I like this, let's put some glue dots on there. Oh, yeah, miscuts are part of prepping for anything. It happens, but hopefully you'll be able to use them on another project. Okay. All right. Another glue dot. There we go. Okay, so we're just kind of filling this in a little bit. I am liking it. What do you guys think? We can even put, that might be overkill. I think we're just maybe going to add that one. Maybe we won't add anything. I don't think we're going to use those. I think we're going to stop here. I don't love these, so they're coming off too. There we go. So don't be afraid to trim your dies to make them work on your project. I think that works. I think if we put a little bow here, we're going to be able to cover that oopsie, and I think it might work. I feel like I maybe want one of these in Gorgeous Grape, but I think I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. Sometimes you can just stop when you're ahead, and that's fine too. We're going to put a little sentiment here because when this stands up, we want to have a really pretty display. I think we're going to stop right there. What do you guys think? Do you think do we need the Gorgeous Grape piece in the back? Or do you just want to stop? Or do you like this bubble bath piece? We can put that in there too. Or should we just stop? I'm good either way. I'm going to get some dimensionals going. Kind of feel like we can stop. I know there's a delay on Facebook. Oh yeah, we're doing a bow, Melly. We're definitely doing a bow because we're going to have to cover up. We're going to have to cover up that little gap. So the bow was part of the plan. Okay, put some dimensionals on the back here on this whole layer. Stamp our sentiment. And then we'll do the inside. All right, so we've got this here. I think it works. And then we're going to do a sentiment on the perennial postage label here. And then we'll work on our easel. I am really liking it. I love how those colors came together. Those 3 colors together are really, really pretty in this set. Could even accent with a little wink of Stella if we wanted to. You know me. Oh, guys. I almost feel like we could just do like a little tiny pop of Gorgeous Grape in the back. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop because I can do this all day. Carol says just a bow will be perfect. Yeah, I could add a lot of foliage to that. I think there's still opportunity for foliage. We're going to do Gorgeous Grape for our sentiment. There is foliage opportunity on this card. I may add some. You could even put some vellum in there if you wanted to for foliage. I'm going to do You Mean the World to Me. And hopefully I stamp this straight. Not bad. Ba-dum-bum. There we go. Okay. And then we'll finish our little easel and we'll see if this idea comes together as perfectly as I was hoping it would. I love this pattern paper. What I think would even be pretty on here too is to do like a little butterfly accent. Oh, Melanie says she hasn't done her lavender paper pumpkin kit. That is one of my favorite paper pumpkin kits in a really long time. I just got the Easter paper pumpkin. That's what I was going to do today. And then I was like, no, I really want to play with this. So we may do paper pumpkin video sometime this week. I don't know. Yeah, I'm liking it. Okay, next up, we're going to do our inside. I cut another layer of white. And because I spent so much time fiddling with that foliage, fiddling with the foliage, that's like, it sounds like a sitcom. I am going to go with this. I already stamped Thank You for Your Friendship, a coordinating sentiment. I really just did this in case I accidentally didn't stamp straight. But we're going to use it. So you guys just don't have to watch me stamp. So my goal is to put that on the inside like this. And then I thought we would do another strip of sparkle. And in the perennial postage dies, where are they? I don't know where the dies are. I lost them. Here they are. There's this really cool piece that I have wanted to play with and I haven't touched yet. So you have all these beautiful little stamped edges, but then there's this little piece here, which is like a butterfly. It looks like a postage stamp. And I stamped this little, or die cut, this little die cut. And then what that little guy does is it just embosses onto your image. And I went over it with the sponge dauber and some whatever ink. I didn't even put any ink on my sponge dauber. I just used what was on there. Now I put too much on there. It's okay. We're going to do the edges. I kind of wanted it darker around the edges. Okay, so I deepened it around the edges. But it just kind of did this like postage label, which I kind of thought was cool, right? I don't know. I think it could work. Let me check the ink status on my fingers before we proceed. Okay. Okay, let me put this label down, or this layer down. I think I almost feel like that might be too much sparkle, and I know I can't believe I said it either. So we may need to put a little layer of Designer Series paper over the top of that. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Nicole. This is just playing around. This is just having fun. Like I said, I'll show you the original that was my inspiration for it and how we kind of zhuzh it up for this easel card. What do you guys think? Too much sparkle or just enough? We're going to pop this here. Oops, except we're going to put the butterfly the right side up to kind of catch the easel. Oh, Amanda. I don't know. I think that should be a smaller layer. This is probably a ½ inch. You think it should be a ¼ inch, or are we good with the ½ inch? Maybe we can just go for it. Let's do it. Let's do it. As everyone says, never too much sparkle. Let's just do it. Send this to one of your friends that loves sparkle, right? Okay, now the key is, how high do I want it on the card? I'm going to go just about here. And that's going to kind of catch our pop-up. So it'll make this really pretty display. I just need to make sure it's even. Or as close to even as I can make it. And that actually would work without this little extra addition on here. That would actually hold the card open. I just want to give it a little bit of extra to hold it open. And I really, really, really like that little embossed butterfly. It's just very, I don't know, that little bit of ink just gives it a little bit of extra detail. And I'm going to put this on dimensionals so it'll hold it open, hopefully in the center. And there it is. What do you guys think? What a really pretty display card, right? Except, what are we missing? Gems. Nothing's complete without gems. Oh, and a bow. Can't forget the bow. You guys are going to laugh so hard. I got started and I couldn't find my linen thread anywhere. I have no idea. I have like 14 rolls of open linen thread and I couldn't find any of them before I started. But I did find this little silver bow that's already tied. And I think that's what we're going to use. It works. We're going to do it. Linen thread would work as well, but we're going with the silver bow. It's already tied and it was laying on my desk, so I think it was meant to be. And I'll take it as a sign from the Stampin' Gods that we were supposed to use this. And oh, we covered up that little gap. That makes my Stampin' Heart happy. It looks like it was meant to be. We didn't even have to trim that. Ba-dum-bum, we're good. So happy with that. I actually like the silver too. And then, I think we're going to do the dark ones. I'm going to do a couple of these dark purple gems. I love these purple gems, you guys. Oh, you know what? It was funny. I was thinking about putting one of those brass butterflies on here too, which I think would be pretty. But now that I put, oh, I don't know where my glue went. I left the glue dot somewhere else. Well, we need a new one. But now that we put the silver bow on, we can't use the brass butterflies, but I think that's fine. We'll just be okay with gems, right? I guess if we were going to put the brass butterfly on here, we would probably change this to gold, but I actually like it with the silver. So we've got our gems, we've got our bow, and we have our little pop-up easel. And what do you guys think? It's cute, right? I actually like how this came out. So much for stamping on the fly. And here is my inspiration card. It is this one right here, and we use the butterfly on the inspiration card. So I just used a little bit different pattern of paper. And this right here, you can see how the embossing really added, this is pretty, don't get me wrong. I just think this has simple elegance to it. But in this one, that little pop of texture, I just think adds so much extra detail. And plus, this is a regular card, and this one is a little pop-up easel card. I'm probably going to go over this again. I feel like I was a little heavy-handed around the edges. I'm going to see how that ink dries. I may have to redo that. I feel like that ink's a little dark. We'll see how it plays out. I may fix that. But anyway, that's my original inspiration, and this is what we turned it into today on Semi on the Fly Saturday, Facebook Live Saturday. That doesn't make any sense. That's not even something I should even name. But there we go. That is our card today. And I hope you guys love it. Thank you for spending some time crafting with me today. And again, if you want a project sheet for today's card, I cannot guarantee that more foliage will not be added to the final project. So if you're on my email list and you get the project sheet, there might be a little sprig added here or there. I can't guarantee it's going to look this way. You might get an extra sprig. We'll see how it goes after the video. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. I hope you like it too. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And as I mentioned, if you're not already subscribed to my email list, please do that. The description's in the video, or it's in the description of this video. And I can send you the project sheet for today's card. But this is fun. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. So again, if you want an opportunity to win today's card, please share the video with your Stampin' friends. Leave a comment that you shared. That will be open until the next time I go Facebook Live. And then I'll have an additional card. Maybe the original card will be the second giveaway. I don't know, for anybody who is, who leaves a comment. So we'll be doing some drawings next time I go Facebook Live. And be sure to check the links in the description of the video for my Cardapalooza class to go that is coming up, and also for club this month too. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day today. Have a happy, happy Saturday. Take good care. I hope you get some crafty time in today. And thanks for joining me. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.